You know that sort of identity plot we encountered a few times in Shakespeare's plays? I think this movie I am reviewing today has borrowed a leaf from that. And without further ado, the movie I'm reviewing today is Blank Cheque, featuring Maurice Sam, Charles Bond, Alozie, Ohiomachi, and Stefania Bassey. In this movie, Becky turns down Stanley, whom she thought was not rich. When the man pestered her, she gave him the contact of her sister, Sarah. Stanley started to communicate with Sarah in the belief that he was communicating with Becky. But Becky instead was in love with Cosmos, who ended up dumping her and running off to Lagos. So when Sarah got invited to Lagos by Stanley, Becky found a way to convince Sarah to take her along. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was how the movie got very interesting. And now to the good and the bad about the movie. Number one, you see, some parts of the movie made me extremely angry, and only because the actors got their jobs spot on. The scenes were so real that I got carried away and forgot that I was seeing a movie and not a real life situation. And I also think Becky's character was marvelous. It was spot on, especially before we traveled to Lagos. Her acting was fantastic. That sort of character you don't like, but can't hate either, because she doesn't care. You hate her and she's smiling, she's all happy. It frustrates you. Number two, I admire the attempted twists in the movie plot when Sarah and Becky traveled to Lagos. See, especially the part where Sarah introduced Becky's crush as her boyfriend. I didn't see that coming, and it was the master stroke that led to the resolution of the crisis in the plot of the movie. Number three, you see, I come back again to the character of Becky. It was interesting how she was domesticated with Cosmos. Running errands for his mother, cooking and washing clothes, even though Cosmos was poor. But she wouldn't cook anything or do any chore at Stanley's place, even though Stanley was rich. Now, it highlights the possibility of people being different things when they are with different people. When there's love in the conversation, you don't say never. It's possible you do something you wouldn't do normally for another person. That's because love is at play. These are the nice things about the movie. But, you see, Stanley should have been able to tell from the very first day that Becky was not the one he had been speaking with for 6 months. Of course, I get that he expressed such worry to his friend, but that was after a couple of days. You can't speak with someone on the phone every day for 6 months and not tell 100% when you hear them in real life. Stanley should not be guessing. He should be 100% certain. Now, even worse, he called Becky and Sarah picked the phone, still posing as Becky, but Stanley still could not tell. Even after having seen both of them, stayed with both of them for a couple of days maybe, and still can't tell that the person who picked the call to speak to him, posing as Becky, was not Becky. The two sisters were not presented as twins. They don't look alike. They don't sound alike. It should be as clear as daylight that, oh, this voice is not Becky. This is Sarah's voice. You shouldn't be guessing. You shouldn't be saying, oh, this voice is familiar. Oh, this. It should be absolutely certain. And the inconsistencies in the character of Becky were massive red flag. Of course, he felt something was amiss, but I'm saying that it shouldn't have taken so long for him to be so worried. It should have been like an on-the-spot thing, not much later. Secondly, for someone so vain and materialistic, how on earth was Becky in love with Cosmos, who wasn't rich? I get if maybe she was materialistic in the past, and then with time she grew and then felt, money isn't everything, now I can love. No. While she was supposedly in love with Cosmos, she was still materialistic. She was still crazy about money. She was greedy, turned down a man because he wasn't rich, not because she was dating Cosmos or because she felt she was in love with Cosmos, but because the guy didn't have money. And when she realized the guy had money, she was willing to throw it all and move on with the guy, even though she didn't love him. So the idea that she was in love with Cosmos, despite her craze for money and material things, didn't quite make sense to me. But that's a personal view. Plus, Cosmos did not like Becky in the village. He treated her poorly and ran up to the city without informing her. So, how did he then like her enough to marry her after they met in Lagos? It was even worse because Becky had shown him how materialistic and wicked she was from the way she treated her younger sister. So I think the movie was just too interested in having a happy ending, so he didn't pay attention to this particular part. So in the end, you see, this is a decent watch. I enjoyed it. The areas I disagree with, nonetheless, this is a 6/10, a solid 6/10. Try and see the movie if you haven't, but if you have, let me know in the comment section what you think about my review and about the movie. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe so you get to watch more videos when I post them.